I am working as teacher in Solopan Dandekar College, Palghar. In this video, I have covered some topics from first chapter of subject Secretarial Practices of 12th Commerce. Today, we will learn what is capital, what are the types of capital, what are the sources used by the joint stock company to raise capital, what is share, different types of share, and features of equity shares and features of preference shares, along with distinguish between equity shares and preference shares. First is, what is capital? Let us consider one example. If you want to start any manufacturing company, then you need to have land and building, you need machineries, you need furniture, you need money to purchase raw material, you need money to make payment of wages and salaries, you need money to meet expenses like repairs and maintenance, and you need money to meet expenses of different overheads. It means if you want to start any business, you require huge amount of money to meet different type of expenses. Money required to meet all such expenses is called as capital. In other words, capital means money invested by the businessman in the business. Remember, no business can be started without capital. It means to start any type of business, you require capital. Capital is also called as blood of the business because you can run the business until you have capital. If there is no capital, you cannot run the business. You can run business until capital is there in your business. And therefore, capital is very important part of the business. Also remember, capital is not required only at starting stage of the business, but it also required at various stages of the business. The need of capital is depends on many factors like nature of the business, size of the business, location of the business, etc. Next is classification of capital on the basis of uses. On the basis of uses, capital is classified in two parts, that is fixed capital and working capital. First is fixed capital. Capital used to acquire, purchase fixed assets called as fixed capital. For example, purchase of land and building, purchase of machineries, purchase of furniture, etc. So capital required to purchase this type of fixed assets called as fixed capital. And this capital provide benefits to the business for longer period of time. Next is working capital. Capital used to meet day-to-day expenses, routine expenses called as working capital. Business need to carry out different activities on daily basis. For example, purchase of raw material, payment of wages and salaries, repairs and maintenance, printing and stationery, postage and telegram. For all that activities, business need money, and money required to carry out all such activities called as working capital. As far as joint stock company is concerned, capital again divided in two parts on the basis of sources. Sources means ways used to raise capital. On the basis of sources, there are two parts of capital, that is own capital and borrowed capital. Own capital, capital contributed by the owners called as own capital. There are two sources of raising own capital. First is shares and second is retained earning. So capital raised by issuing shares and by using retained earning called as own capital. Own capital is permanent capital of the business because it is not required to repay in specific time period. This capital is repaid after winding up of the company. Next is borrowed capital. Capital contributed by the outsiders called as borrowed capital. This capital can be raised by issuing debentures, by accepting public deposits, by issuing bonds, by taking bank loan, or by using trade credit. So capital raised by using these sources, debenture, public deposits, bonds, bank loan, trade credit, called as borrowed capital. Borrowed capital is not permanent capital of the company because this capital need to be repaid after specific time period. Next is what is share? See, different sources of raising capital are available with joint stock company, but share is very important and widely used source to raise capital by joint stock companies. All type of joint stock companies, either private joint stock company or public joint stock company, need to issue shares. Without issuing shares, company cannot come into existence. And remember, capital raised by issuing share is called as share capital. Now let us consider one example to understand the concept of share. Here, company required total capital of rupees 250 and company decided to raise rupees 250 by issuing shares. It means total share capital is rupees 250. Company divided total share capital into 25 equal parts. Each equal part is called as share, and company kept the value of each equal part as rupees 10. It means company made 25 shares of rupees 10 each. So company will issue 25 shares of rupees 10 each to public, and thereby company will raise capital of rupees 250. So in this way, company can raise share capital required to company. It means total share capital is divided in large number of small equal parts, and each part is called as share. In other words, share is a share, that is contribution in total share capital of the company. Keep in mind that company cannot come into existence without issuing shares. Next part is types of shares. But before going to start type of shares, I want to clear to another concept, that is shareholder and dividend. So first, see what is shareholder. Shareholder is a person who purchases the share of company. The person who purchases equity shares of the company called as equity shareholder, and the person who purchases preference shares of the company called as preference shares. When shareholder purchases the shares of any company, it means they invest their money into that company to get something in return. So, shareholder provides capital to the company. Next concept is dividend. When shareholder purchases the share of any company, at that time shareholder invests their money into that company, and all investment is made by the shareholder to get something in return. Let us consider one example to understand the concept of dividend. Here is net profit before tax earned by the company rupees 5 lakhs. Now company paid tax to the government rupees 1 lakhs. It means rupees 4 lakhs is remaining with company. This amount is called as net profit after tax. Shareholder have right over this amount. Company will distribute this profit among the shareholder. Remember, company never distribute entire profit among the shareholder. Company distribute only part of the profit among the shareholder. So here company distributed rupees 1 lakh as dividend to preference shareholder and rupees 1 lakh as dividend to equity shareholders. So remaining amount with company is rupees 2 lakhs. This amount is called as retained earning. So here we can observe that dividend paid to preference shareholder and dividend paid to equity shareholder is a part of net profit after tax. It means dividend is that part of the profit which is distributed among the shareholder. Next is types of shares. There are only two types of shares. First is equity shares and second is preference share. Let us consider one example to understand the concept of equity share and preference share. Here is equity shareholder. It means he has purchased equity shares of the company. And here is preference shareholders. It means he has purchased preference shares of the company. Now, company earn profit, that is net profit after tax. And we know that company distribute part of that profit among the shareholder. So here company have some net profit after tax. So company will pay part of the profit to preference shareholder first. It means company will pay dividend first to preference shareholder. And if amount is available with company, then company get dividend to equity shareholder. Remember, if no amount is available with company, then company will not pay dividend to equity shareholder, and therefore investment in equity share is called as risky investment. In the case of winding up of the company, winding up means closing down the company permanently. Consider that company winds up. After winding up, company will repay the capital of preference shareholder first, and thereafter, if any amount is available with the company, then company will repay the capital of equity shareholders. So here we can observe that dividend is paid first to preference shareholder and then to equity shareholder. In the case of winding up of the company, capital is repaid first to preference shareholder and then to equity shareholders. So we can conclude that shares which do not have priority, that is preference, in payment of dividend and repayment of capital are called as equity shares, whereas shares which have priority, that is preference, over equity shares in payment of dividend and repayment of capital are called as preference shares. Next is features of equity shares and preference shares. Remember, these features can be used to write distinguish between equity shares and preference shares. So start with features of equity shares and preference shares. First, rate of dividend on equity shares is fluctuating, whereas the rate of dividend on preference share is fixed. It means the rate of dividend on equity shares is depend on the amount of profit earned by the company. If company earn large amount of profit, company will give higher rate of dividend. If company earn lower amount of profit, company give lower rate of dividend. So in this way, the rate of dividend on equity share is depend on the amount of profit earned by the company. In the case of preference share, the rate of dividend is fixed. It means the rate of dividend is not depends on the profit earned by the company. Even if company earn higher amount of profit or company earn lower amount of profit, preference shareholder will get fixed rate of dividend. Next is investment in equity share is risky because equity shareholder get dividend after making payment of dividend to preference shareholder. So there is no guarantee of getting dividend. Company pays dividend first to preference shareholder, and if any amount is available, then pay dividend to equity shareholder. Similarly, when company winds up, first capital is repaid on preference shares, and thereafter, if any amount is available, then company repays the capital on equity shares, and therefore investment in equity share is called as risky investment because there is no guarantee of getting dividend and repayment of capital. Whereas investment in preference share is less risky because they get priority in payment of dividend and also they get priority in repayment of capital at the time of winding up of the company. Next is equity shareholders have chance to make progress along with prosperity of company. It means when the financial position of the company goes up, the value of equity shares also goes up in the market. It means the progress of equity shareholders is directly related with the progress or financial position of the company. Whereas in the case of preference shareholder, they don't have any chance to make progress along with prosperity of company. It means the value of preference share remain constant even if there is change in financial position of the company. Even if company make any financial progress, there is no impact on the value of preference shares, and therefore it is said that equity share gave chance to make progress along with progress of company, whereas preference share does not provide any chance to make progress along with progress of the company. Next is, company cannot come into existence without issuing equity shares. It means all type of companies need to issue equity shares to come into existence. As per law, issue of equity share is compulsory for all companies. Whereas company can come into existence without issuing preference shares, means issue of preference shares is not compulsory. It is completely depends on the decision of the company, either to issue preference shares or not. So company can come into existence without issuing preference shares, but can't come into existence without issuing equity shares. Next is, equity shareholder have right to get bonus shares and also have right for right issue. Here, when company issues bonus shares, then that bonus shares are issued only to equity shareholders and not to preference shareholder. And right issue is also given only to equity shareholder and not to preference shareholder. Whereas preference shareholder do not have right to get bonus shares and right issue. So they are not entitled to get bonus shares issued by the company. So remember, bonus shares and right issue both are given only to equity shareholder and not to preference shareholder. Next is, equity shareholder have right to attend meeting and to speak in general meeting. It means they can attend general meetings of the company and they have right to speak in that meeting because they are owner of the company. Whereas preference shareholder do not have right to attend meeting of the company and therefore they don't have right to speak in general meeting. But remember, they have right to attend meeting only if there is any matter related to interest of preference shareholder. Next is, no need of provision in article of association to issue equity shares. Means equity shares can be issued without having any provision in article of association. Whereas there is need of provision in article of association of the company to issue preference shares. Means company can issue preference shares only if there is provision in the article of association of the company. Without having provision, company cannot issue preference shares. Next is, equity shareholder have right to participate in the management of the company. As we know that equity shareholders are owners of the company, they can participate in management of the company and can take part in decision making process of the company. Whereas preferred shareholders do not have a right to take participation in management of the company. It means they are not involved in decision making process of the company.